completely different Vortex side from the ones we've seen before.
And this is the first time we've actually seen Guile use more than 2 of their own players in their roster, so it could be interesting to see how they play as well.
It will be interesting. Unfortunately for them, it's actually halfway through the season, so I mean, many might say it's just they're not very organised, but I don't know.
On board with Grunge here as he has the sniper out again, but straight away, Guile are actually looking quite strong on this hill, coming out, and they got a few seconds piling up, and it's just not looking good as Vortex being outslayed straight off the bat.
Yeah, Vortex is definitely struggling enough to start. Zin starting 0-2, and he's looking for his first kill of the game. He still hasn't got it. But yeah, they are definitely struggling off the bat, but you know, now they've got the hill, they've actually got the good spawns as well, because they obviously want these graveyard spawns for the hill after the next one. So right now they might be able to make some plays from here, but the other team, as you guys can see on the map, are rotating, so both teams are doing the right thing.
And we're on board with Dunk now, who is in this next hard point, and we can see a couple of big gunfights going down here, and it's Soldier who is behind that truck, and he does drop down, but Dunker with some good shots there on Flurry, and right now he's popping off on a 2 streak, as is Zin, who started off the game 0-2, so one of the best players in the league. Not had the best start to this game.
No, look, Dunker's going to hit up a huge gunfight here. He's got 2 in front of him, and that death there just reminds me of him versus Viper, to be honest.
And Flurry gets a big 2-piece there inside the hill, when you need to stop referring to Viper. On board with Grungy now. Gets one in the bedroom area. But again, Guile are racking up time in this hill, and they have got the spawns going into this next one, and obviously that's big. They could rack up some big time on this hill.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be big, but as we can see, wait for the spawns of next. That's actually a smart idea from this team, but they have got the lead by 4 now going into this next hill. And unfortunately for them, as you guys can see on the map, they are spawning out, so maybe that push just didn't work. They need to clear this hill out now if they have any chance of keeping it. Yeah,
as long as they don't drop, and Dunker and Grungy do get 2 big kills there, and Dunker gets 2 inside the hill, and
to hold this.
If he can make a hold here, that'll be big for his team, and then they can play for spawns off that.
Yeah, as we can see on the map, look, no one's really spawning in right now. Both teams are spawning quite far away, but luckily for Vortex, they've got control of the hill and they're able to cut them off. Dunker's doing good work in the hill once again. He's got quite a lot of time already, and yeah, they're starting to get a grip on the game.
And you look at this, and Dunker's got double the time of anyone else on his team. So right now, he is making big plays for this Vortex squad, and looking into this next hill. And number 7, Haslo, is all the way over there, but he does get taken down, and it looks like Guile are going to have a strong hold on this one, and this could be a tight game once again.
Well, yeah, it's quite weird though, if you think about it, Guile, they've actually been rotating better than Vortex here, and they're both on opposite sides of the tables. I mean, in all fairness, Vortex haven't actually played many games, so they're currently 5th, but with a win that pushed them right back into the top 4, I think. But yeah, they're both on opposite sides of the table, but as I was saying, Guile seem to be in control of the spawns right now.
And we got Dunk on a 4 streak again here, so every life he has actually had a streak other than probably his first one where he might have started on 1, but since then he's really been heating up and he's been putting in the shift for this Vortex squad. But right now, Guile are looking quite good in this one. I mean, I think they're 1-2 or 1-3 in the league, but right now they're looking quite strong.
Yeah, you know, it's not over for them yet, so obviously every win counts and every map counts, so they'll be looking to try and get a good win against a good side here. But once again, Vortex are getting the scrap time again, so they're just going to push the lead a little bit further away. And yeah, it's just working well for Vortex here. You know, we're looking for Guile to try and keep playing for the spawns, and if they keep doing that, I think they might be able to come away with something here.
I think that was the thing, like, Vortex are giving up these spawns, expecting their slaying power to break them, and I mean, it's worked somewhat, but Guile have been getting a lot of time because they have been out-rotating Vortex off the bat.
Yeah, and from what we've seen, Zin is probably their slayer. He's not having the best of the game, 6 and 10, currently not playing it well at all. I mean, only 11 seconds as well, so he's not doing much right now. We're looking for him to pick up as soon as possible. Right now, Grungy and Dunker are definitely carrying the load in the objective and the kill department, and that's keeping this team, you know, ahead.
Haslo's got his fair share of kills as well, but in the second half of the game, would you maybe like to see Vortex rotating that a little bit earlier?
Yeah, they can't rely on just outslaying the other team. It's not a very good tactic.
we're on board with Grungy, who is 16-7, 5 kill streak, and we'll see if he can rack up that that 20 rockets first. Then he's got the bombardment, and that could be big going into this second rotation of hills.
Yeah, and you see him when they're in curve, he's pre-fire, and I think... I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. I think he's going to try and flank him or something, trying to get these kills, but he's going to be approached by a few players here.
Dunkachino's there to help him out, but we'll hop on board with Soldier, who is the man in the hill trying to fend off this push. And he is looking like he's going to be pinched, and he takes one down, he takes two down, and that's big plays from Soldier, but then falls to Grungy, who is now on a 6 streak, and he has got his streak, 250 off that Warden.
Yeah, and if he gets this Warden, this game is going to, well, not necessarily be over, but
Very close.
I mean, it's hard to come back when the other team gets a Warden in the air, and he's, unfortunately for Guile, they shut him down just before he got it, but he has got 2 streaks, so that's going to make an impact as well. Obviously, streaks always determine how a game gets played.
Ooh.
So we're going to see how he uses them and see if he uses them efficiently.
And Benji Energy gets a 2-piece over towards this new hill, and he gets another one before shut down by Zin. But as you said, he didn't quite get that Warden, but the 2 streaks he's got, they're going to be 40-point difference.
Yeah, of course.
And Dunker there couldn't quite get the kill, and Grungy's run straight past him. And Benji Energy here, 15-14, and he's having quite a good performance.
Yeah, he's having a hit on his side, arguably the best in the kill department, obviously. But as a team, they're obviously not outslaying well, but they're lucky to be in this game still, if I be honest with you. If you look at the KDs, the other team are really doing a better job of outslaying the other team, but because Guile are rotating earlier and they're getting the spawns, they're obviously getting the time they need to kind of keep in the game. But if this carries on, Vortex are going to probably take this.
And Guile are getting a lot more of these crucial kills as well, like you see there from Benji Energy. He uses his FTL pump to pick up a guy at the back, and it's crucial kills like that that are giving them the time, which is letting them back into this game. Yeah,
and obviously that gives them like decent spawns, I think that does anyway, and obviously that's going to help them get some time here. But right now they're down by quite a margin, and they haven't got the hill currently.
Yeah, it looks like Vortex is starting to run away with this one now, and they've got a strong setup on this one. They've got a player in the hill, one over at market, one watching mid, and one over by the curve as well. So right now it's looking like they've got a strong hold and they're set up for these trades as well. This could be a hard one to break.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll hop on board with Flurry now, who's 12-19. We haven't seen much of him this game. Grungy does call in his bombardment, and this could be the end if Soldier drops. We'll hop on board with him, see if he can get a break in this hill. He gets taken down by Zin, and right now this could be the last push, and this is game now, isn't it?
Yep, it's over indeed. Right now. There it is, 250 to 127. Vortex controlled the game as expected.
First sight, maybe push forward to A. That might be an unexpected thing to do, and it might catch Vortex off guard.
Yeah, it might do.
Although they are sending 4 to B. I think Flurry is going to be your entry man as he goes up on the wall run. Grungy takes down one Parallax with the sniper. He does go down. Flurry's in the back. He can't get enough one, and he is traded out. Now on a 3 versus 2 in the favour of Vortex. Now a 2 versus 1. He takes down 1, and he can't get 2. Haslo gets the trade, and that was very well played from Vortex there.
Yeah, really interesting round if you think about it. Literally, it was extremely fast, obviously, and it was just trade after trade, and both teams were trading out until it ended up being, well, technically a 1v1 if you think about it, but basically a 2v1, and he just trades his teammate out, and they get the round.
I think Guile did make a couple of things wrong there. First thing was Flurry pushed straight through to Rock, which could be good, could be bad, depending on how it goes. But secondly, I think that Soldier should have stuck on the bomb there, and then he would have had the bomb to work with.
Yeah, he just tried to get out there, get a quick pick, and maybe try and play from there. But Vortex are a smart team, and they were obviously going to bunch together and get the trades there, and it worked for them.
Another interesting play from Guile. They have sent 4 men over to this A bomb, and straight away this B bomb is going down, and it is Dunkachino who plants it. Dunkachino, sorry.
That's what happens when you neglect B. You know, the other team's going to plant it, and they've got control now. And obviously we can see one of the Vortex players on your map flanking. He's going to be looking to get a couple picks if he gets the opportunity. And yeah, he's in a very good position to get 2 picks here.
And it is in, and he does take them both down. And that's a very, very smart play from him. But once again, like you said there, Guile coming out with another questionable play. I think as soon as you don't see anyone at the A site initially, you've got to send at least one player over to B to scout for information.
Well, I always say just send one to B every round, really. Just, you know, he doesn't need to challenge anything. Just get the information. He can call out to his teammates, and then they can regroup and try and defend the B bomb site. And obviously they send 4A, and they have no information at B. Easy as you like for Vortex to get the bomb down and win the round.
We're on board with Grungy again, who has a DMR with an Elo site. And here we do see Guile go over towards this B site, A site, sorry. And we'll see how they set up on this one. Just round the corner in the elbow is Haslo. And we'll see what he does. He does pull out, and it looks like he is going towards that B site. As is number 7, who is Dunkachino, and it looks as though everyone's left this A site, and as they pinch this, they will find that they are over at A, and right now, this is Guile's round to lose.
Yeah, and we can see a lot of engagements about to happen. We see a guy on the bridge, one near the tire, and one going underground. He's seen a player who should do anyway. He's actually been picked off by Soldier there. Yeah, I mean, Guile really need this round.
And Dunker's left on his own now. We'll see what he can do. And it looks like he's just going to run away and play his life. So, just stopping any chance of Guile getting these streaks. And is that sensible play there?
Obviously it stops the points from the bomb blowing up, so maybe.
We'll see how that fares up. I mean, with Vortex playing the way they are, you're probably expecting them to win this round anyway. So, maybe it wasn't the smartest of play. Maybe he should have played to get a couple more kills towards his payload. But we'll hop on with in this round. Who's 3-2. We'll see what he's got going, and we'll see if Vortex can bounce back after that round.
Well, it's actually a good thing to see from this team, because obviously it goes to show that they're not taking every team lightly, and obviously they're going to compete every game, and obviously they don't want the other team to get streaks, and they're not going to take it lightly. They're not going to risk anything, so I think it was a smart play in the end of the day.
Right now we are seeing Guile adapting to play to Vortex's playstyle, and they went over to B. As soon as they saw no one there, they've rotated over to A, and this is what we said after the first round. That is exactly what they need to do. Well, Onboard was in. He finds one. Didn't get the pick. He's backed up now, but none of these Guile players are looking at going on the bomb, and kills being traded out. Haslo picks up one in mid. Dunkachino takes out another one on the inside, and right there, Vortex just completely outslain this Guile lineup. And there we see Dunk with the 2-piece to clutch this round for his side. And who do you want to hop on with at the start of this one?
I'll go with Ben. Starts 1-3. Obviously not a good start for his team. He's going to need to pick it up. They're currently 3-1 down. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does to try and increase his production throughout the rest of the game.
I think if you are doing bad, this is what I normally do, because like obviously I'm not the best of players, so I'll just say give me the bomb, I'll rush it down, and then the team can play around you that way. It's just making it so much easier for you to play, for the rest of your guys to play around you if you're getting that bomb down.
Yeah, obviously. Then again, in these later rounds, bomb obviously will be planted by the person closest to streak, so maybe that's not an option for Ben here.
Oh,
but
he does get
gets a huge 2-piece.
And
you're looking to try and get the third.
And Benji right there, he has had a very good round for his team, and he goes from bottom to second in his team.
He had the opportunity there. If he reacted a little bit faster, he may have been able to get a 3-piece. So fair play. It was a good little 2-piece he got there, and it obviously helped his team with the round.
And you look at this Guile side now, and 4-3, 3-3, 3-3, and 3-3, and everyone is doing their part now. Now that Benji got a couple of kills in that last round, everyone is doing what they need to do. And whereas you look at the Guile lineup and Grungy is slacking behind a bit, do you think that could be a difference maker going into these next rounds?
I don't know. Vortex, as you were saying, they've got the lead though. They're 3-2 up, so Grungy 1-4. It's not as bad as you think. And remember, one of Dunker's deaths was him jumping off the map. So really, I think they got the lead. They're comfortable, but they are in a 3v2 situation, so...
They are against the clock now, though, and it looks as though Grungy and Zin are not in a situation to play this out well. Grungy's left on his own, and he does drop, so now this is 3 versus 3, and this is starting to look a bit more dangerous for Vortex now, as some of these guild players are starting to heat up.
Yeah, and you got to be wary of their streaks. Obviously, one of them has got Scarab. I'm not sure which one I changed to in last second.
I think it's probably Flurry. I'm pretty sure it will be Flurry with that streak, and but right now, like we said,
Scarab isn't necessarily going to give you get you a kill, but of course it's going to give you information. And I mean, that can obviously help with the round, the information. It helps you know where some players are, and that's how most players use the Scarab in S&D.
Definitely, that can be key. I mean, you look, and every time I've used a Scarab, the guy's been using Blast Shield, so they're not very effective in getting kills, but the information they give is key. And Grungy, was that a 3-piece from Grungy?
I'm going to be straight honest, I was viewing someone else, so I have no clue.
I'm pretty sure Grungy just picks up a 3-piece and Haslo cleans up, so Grungy coming out the blocks there, and I think it was because he was 1 and 6 going at 1 and 5, sorry, going into that round. So he has just picked up a 3-piece, and right there, that's the play you needed to make the step up.
Yeah, of course, they're 4-3 up now, and this S&D is actually extremely close. Seeing 2 decent teams go at it, Vortex obviously would be the team like have control. Because right now, as things stand, they are probably the more talented side, but Guile, I mean, once again, obviously haven't played with their full roster yet this season, and this is their 5th game, I believe. So that's obviously not good signs for them. And if they did play with their full roster, they could be in a completely different position.
Definitely so. I mean, they have made a couple of roster changes going into this. I'm pretty sure it's a completely different roster to when they first started, but looking at them now, they are looking quite strong, especially as they're going up Vortex, one of the better teams in this league.
I think it is a completely new roster because none of those players from on the stat sheet. Maybe Ben, I'm not sure, but the Excel still hasn't loaded up. I just want to stress to you guys. I clicked that on the hard point and it still hasn't loaded up for me, boys. So, you know, we're still being patient and just waiting.
And right now we've got to hop on with Flurry. He is 10 and 4.
Yeah, and he's making a huge impact. 10 and 4. He's already got camo, I believe, and, you know, if he carries on playing like this, Vortex are going to have a few problems.
And I think your key man here has got to be Dunker. I mean, we've played with him, and he is so positive in what he does. I think he's got to just rally his team up and say, look, guys, we got to take these rounds.
Yeah, and Dunker did start quite good. He will start well. He was 5 and 4, and he's taken 4 deaths in a row now, statistically. So he needs to try and pick it up himself if they have any chance of winning this game. But now it's Zin put into a 1v3 situation. That's not ideal for him. But we'll see if he can pull it out of the bag.
And he can't, shut down by Benji Energy. And right now, it's looking though as Guile are going to take this map.
And just remember, I mean, most people obviously are backing Vortex in this game, but even if Vortex lose a map, that is huge when it comes down to map count towards the end. That could be the difference between finishing 2nd, 3rd or 4th. And if they finish 4th, obviously they'd be going against the top team in the league, and, you know, there's less chance of you, you know, going through to the winner's bracket.
And it looks as though Flurry is going to call in this Scarab when it's ready, so we'll stay on board with him and see what he scouts out with this. And as you see, Guile have lined up all 4 players over at A, so it's looking as though this Scarab is going to go over to B, scout out this information, and he does see Haslo, so I think that's going to be the key. You see all 4 of these arrows, red arrows, rotate over towards this site, but we can see Zin going round through the A site, and it's looking like he is going to go on yet another flank.
We did that earlier, and I mean, if this Guile team don't... Actually, you know, as you can see on the map, one player is actually watching the flank, so smartened up from earlier. And I believe he got the kill on Zin.
And if he would have won that round, that would have been a 1 versus 3, but Haslo tears him down at that back rock. And right now, it is around 11 that we can look forward to viewing.
Yeah, of course, Vortex, this is key for them. I mean, it's only going to be a map in the end of the day, but as I was saying earlier, one map, when it comes down to map count and you're drawing records with a different team, that can be the difference between 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and obviously first. So they're going to really want to try and pick up this S&D and not lose a map.
I think it would be good for their confidence as well going into this uplink game. It shows that Vortex are beatable. I mean, I know we saw it against Deserve, but for Guile, they haven't had the best of starts in this league, and coming up against Vortex, they had to be expecting a loss.
Yeah, and the thing about Guile is they've been really unfortunate, really. Obviously, they haven't had their full team, and they were actually beating Lizo convincingly, but they were using 3 pickups. They would have been 2 and 3, I believe, but unfortunately for them, they're not. And I don't know, it would have been 2 and 2. I'm thinking it would have been 2 and 2. But yeah, as we can see, Guile actually planting the A bomb. They've got 4 up. Vortex have 3. This is a good situation for them. You'd be expecting them to win this round. You can't have players peeking. You do not want to get picked here. You've got the advantage. Trade your players out and win the game. You've got 30 seconds to make plays.
It's not looking as though Vortex are playing together too well in this one. I mean, they are going in for that pinch, but they're not set up for these trades. As Grungy takes down one, it's now Zin left in a 1 versus 1, and he knows where this man is. And how's he going to play this? He sees him. The Guile player cannot escape.
He may have just wasted enough time. I think he has, and I'm pretty sure he's wasted enough time there.
And he has, and that is a brilliant play from that Guile player, and that is going to give them the map.
Yeah, and I thought Soldier there, he tries to slide away, and you know, he hits a barricade, I think, and he unfortunately gets stopped, but he luckily gets away from the bullets, wastes enough time just to get the round, obviously waste the time and win the game, and that's big for Guile. If Guile can pull out a win here, that'd be huge for confidence, and that'd be huge for the team.
It'll also make
to try and step up.
And that's definitely the case. I mean, if we see him step up, this game is going to be an absolute blowout. We've seen what he can do. He had one of the highest KDs in the league going into this for like the first 2 or 3 series, and we just need to see him have a good one here. And straight off the rip, he gets one, and the slaying goes straight into Vortex's favour. But it looks as though kills are traded after Benji Energy gets a 2-piece, and Grungy is now looking towards top red to slay out some kills. And he sees one across the map. He guns him down, and if he gets this one, Vortex are in a very good position to start pushing forward and gain some map control. And Dunker with a 2-piece there. We're still on board with Grungy. And he sees the man go bottom train, I think. Oh no, he doesn't. He just grabs the ball. He manages to get it into top red, but he drops to Benji Energy, who is 4 and 1. He has had a good start to this one. Now on a 2 streak, and we'll see if he can get anything going as he heads into top red.
Well, the thing is, as we can see, by the positioning on the map, we can see that Vortex are taking the middle of the map, and obviously that means they've got control of the game, really. So they're going to have the ball control. They're going to be able to grab the ball and try and make plays. And right now, we need Guile to try and push them out of these control positions. You know, maybe get some offense in. Either team have really done anything to threaten the other team yet, because it's obviously just the start, but you know, both teams evenly matched off the bat.
We see Grungy taking down one more, and that is 3 dead. 4 dead now for Guile. So if they're going to make a play, it's got to be now. But one player spawns over at blue, and the whole team spawns at blue. So they've got to get this ball into the portal right now. But as we can see, Vortex have no one towards the middle of the map. But it's only Parallax left as everyone else gets taken down. And Dunker now is heating up on a 4 streak, 5 streak now as he pops Soldier. And he is your man that's going to start heating up in this one.
Well, he's picked up the ball as well. He's going to look to try and get some points here. He's getting shot up. He should be able to get a cap, and he does do so.
Go in. It looks a bit troubling for him, but he has got his Trinity rocket now. 25 off the Scorchers, and right now he's going to be looking to play for them as he picked up one more, and that was a brilliant streak there from Dunk.
Yeah, 6 kill streak. It allowed his team to get some points on the board. Now they're 6-0 up. And as I said, you know, when you're one of the better teams, you're making other teams react. And we've seen it here. We just haven't seen Guile push out of their base, really. They've been around, the highest they've pushed up, really, is the middle of the map. And when you're doing that, you're just allowing the team to attack against you.
And this is what we said. I mean, all it takes is one player to heat up. Right there, when we saw Dunker go on a 6 streak, and his team rallied it through 3 dunks just then. And you said Zin needed to heat up. He's now positive, and you've seen the effect that's had.
Yeah, I mean, but he's only positive 1. You know, we're used to this guy. He was only playing over 2 KD at one point. He's dropped to a 1.59 currently. And, you know, after these performances, he's probably going to drop a little bit lower in that. But Dunker has really picked up the slaying here. Grungy's extremely consistent with his KDs. He's always sitting quite high up. And, you know, the other players on this team have done the job here.
I'd also like to point out as well that Grungy also has streaks right now. So there is 2 players on this team with streaks. But I think Dunk just called in his He called in his Trinity missiles and it did not connect a kill, so they were wasted right there.
Yeah, I mean, Grungy earlier on in the game, I think he went on a 5 or a 6 kill streak, so that's probably where he got those streaks from. He was 7-on-1 at one point, so...
It is hard in uplink though. When would you say is the best scenario to call in your streaks in hardpoint? In uplink, sorry.
Obviously, when you know the other team are spawning up, you've got a chance to make a cap. Obviously, as we've seen here, we've seen Vortex. Obviously, they're pushing the right side, and you know when the other team are spawning at blue, and you know you're basically going to get a cap. Calling in the streaks there, you got a good chance of stopping them defending and also stopping them rotating. So they're kind of the best situations to call them in, because what it does, it allows you to get the chance to relay and also stops them defending your attack.
But right there, just about 30 seconds ago, we did see Guile make a good defensive play and take all 4 players from this Vortex side down. And Soldier absolutely melts Dunker there, and this is looking like a dunk for Guile. And it does go through.
Yeah, and they needed that. I mean, only 30 seconds left. That probably will be the last points of the game. Oh, sorry, the last points of this round. And they needed to get a few points on the board just to stay in there. So 4 points down, and they're really going to have to come out second half and be a little bit more aggressive if they have any chance of taking this match.
And right there, you have to put them points down to Soldier. If he didn't get that kill, bottom grandmas, Vortex were in a very good place to stop that, but he went big and got the kill when he needed to. And right now, it's looking like they could get him with another dunk if they get this kill, which Dunker does, and he does grab the ball, and he does get it through just before he gets gunned down. And right there, that is big plays from Dunker, and we have seen that so many times this half.
Yeah, he's been playing extremely well this series, and he's really taken the workload for his team. He's been their main objective player, but he's also got 20 kills for his team, the most in the lobby as well. I mean, 6 above the second best player. And yeah, he's just having a really good game. 2 caps, 20 kills, 9 deaths, and yeah, he's taking control. He's obviously got full streaks, and he might actually overlap them as well, so he might be looking to use them soon. And
that is exactly what he's going to do here. He will call in that Trinity rocket. And the player that you've got to say has got to step up for this Guild side is Flurry. He had such good S&D, but both respawn maps he has been weak. He picks up one there, looking for the second, and he does gun down Grungy, so it's looking like a dunk is going to come in.
Dunker got his streak straight back there, and he technically overlapped every single streak. Luckily he got one of them back because he used it. But yeah, he would have been able to use 6 streaks this game.
I don't think Dunker's really needed to use these streaks so far though. I mean, Vortex been so dominant, it's just not needed to come out from him. I mean, his gun's probably doing more damage than the Trinity rocket would anyway, and he is now... Oh, Zin is on a 7 streak, is he, or was that Dunker?
I think that was Dunk there, because the streak actually came over from the last round when he got that last minute cap. So he only got 2 kills this half.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yeah, he's 24 and 10. He's doing extremely well.
He is definitely heating up, and right now he is looking like the strongest player for Vortex. I mean, before we were saying Zin is the best player, but right now, I know it's a team effort and everything, but Dunker is really taking this game by storm.
Yeah, and the thing is, Dunker, you know, he's had a few up and down performances this season, but you know, as he said to us personally, you know, he hasn't been playing like himself, and he expects himself to do much better. He said to us he's not particularly an OBJ, he's more of a flex player, and he expects himself to get some kills, and he's doing that now. But this Vortex side, I'd have to say Grunge is one of their key players, extremely consistent every game.
Definitely so. You never normally see this lag go negative, and if you do, you know the other team's playing well.
Yeah, he's just one of them. He's one of the most consistent players in the league. He's always a few kills positive. He does his job extremely well, and he's just like the unsung hero for this Vortex team. He just does the job every single time, and he's very consistent, and that's what you need in a player.
So last man up for Vortex, and he does get gunned down by Flurry. Grungy also gets taken down. We'll hop on board with Dunker, who's calling in the streaks. Did he take out his team there? No, he didn't. He does take out 2 with that Trinity rocket, and right there, that gives his team some good map control as they can push up towards this lemon side. And Parallax had a streak of his own there, which he called in, so he must have had a good run. And Zin guns down 2 in the form of Parallax and Benji Energy. It's only Flurry left up, and he can't gun down Zin as Zin.
Up a third.
And that is a 4 streak now for Zin, and we look at this, Dunker's on a 3 streak, Zin's on a 4 streak, and it's looking as though this dunk is going to come in. Okay, no, it's not. I thought the man by Lime was the man with the drone, and they do pick up a 1.0, and it is Haslo who gets that.
Yeah, as we said, Zin's not having the best performances. He went on a 5 streak there. That's only put him up to 18 and 17, but I guess he hasn't really had to perform as well as he usually does because Dunker having a huge game.
I mean, I know you say it a lot, but there's not really enough kills to go around in this map, is there, for this Vortex side?
Well, obviously, I mean, he could have more. I mean, everyone can have more, but when you're going against a team that are obviously not going to be easy to walk all over, they did take a nap off this Vortex side, this Guile side. So, I mean, he could have more, but remember, Guile are a competitive team. They're not going to be an easy gunfight every single time they play them. So, maybe it's just going how it should have went.
I think this is definitely the Vortex that we prefer, well, that we've seen, like, say, before the Deserve series, and they're really taking this map by storm. Although Guile have 4 points, it's looked like an absolute blowout. Yeah,
they've had control all game, and obviously they're making the other team react. And that's one of the big reasons why they're winning this. And with 58 seconds left, they're probably going to win this game 11-4 up.
And Dunk does have 30 kills this game. He'll be looking to maybe push 35 as he picks up the ball. Is he going to shoot for the 1? He does, and that sinks. That is 12-4 now in favour of Guile.
The thing is here as well, I mean, usually the player of most kills wouldn't necessarily have the most caps, but the thing about Dunker here, he's got the most kills by 5, but he's also got the most caps, so he's just had an extremely efficient game.
Look over the Guile side as well, and Parallax is sort of doing the same thing for his side as what Dunker is for Vortex. He's picking up all of the caps, and I know he's still negative, but he has got the most kills on his team as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Guile, I mean, Soldier's not really had the best of series here. He struggled in most of the games. He went 8 and 7, I think, on the S&D, so that was decent. And obviously, you know, he clutched up technically in the last round in the 1v1 and got away. But yeah, we need a little bit more slaying power from Guile. Fortunately for Vortex, they're 2-1 up now in this series. They've just taken the uplink 13-4. To make a competitive game for us to watch.
I mean, you've seen Parallax and Benji be stepping up in this respawn, but it's hard to do well when your team's got no control over the map, and I think that's what they need to do, and then some of these players can start to pop off. Flurry now heading towards the bottom area, and straight away Guile look like they've slayed out everyone. 1 player left in the hill, and Flurry picks them up, and 1 kill for every single player on Guile there, and right now they are in control, and that is a very good start. Could they have done anything any better there?
Not really, they've got spawns as well. That's perfect from them. They're continuing it actually. Look, they're getting the kills as well. But Zin there and Dunker, they get free themselves, and Dunker there clears them all out.
On board with Haslo now, who's in top laundry. He's looking to try to get spawns for his side. Can he make the 3rd kill? He cannot, as Benji Energy manages to get away, and then he looks like he's about to get gunned down, but he almost picks up that kill for the spawns, and that would have been a huge kill. But it looks as though Flurry has spawned out, and right now they're going to push towards this cave side, but there is a player in medbay who is Haslo, and he takes him down, but falls to Parallax very shortly after, and we'll hop on board with him. And it looks as though Guile are spawning out.
Yeah, Vortex done it again, get the spawns and make the plays. Actually, from what I'm seeing, no, yeah, you're right, actually. Guile are actually spawning out. They've got all 4 down. They're all just spawning up. Benji's the only one near the hill. He's going to try and contest some time, but he's obviously going to get picked up. He's in quite an obvious position here. He's actually came out with a kill here.
But Grungy picks up 2 there, and I think that's a very unique position to be playing. I don't think Guile would have expected him to be here, but Flurry pushes into the hill and picks up some of this scrap time, and right now maybe Vortex should leave that. Oh, Zin is actually on the hill, so it looks as though they're going to get these scraps and then head over towards this this grave hill and see if they can get some more time over there.
Well, something we just didn't see there, Dunker again with full streaks. I think he just went on an 8 kill streak right there. I don't think we picked that up, but I mean, he falls off the map unfortunately, so the map design, unfortunately for him, shut him down.
I mean, this man, he is just playing so well at the moment. I think this is the Dunker show. We need to stay on board with him all the time, don't we?
Yeah, maybe.
But we're not giving him much camera time at all. But right now we'll hop on with him as he's looking to push out this cave side and potentially pick up some kills. He's actually turned now as there is players coming in behind. I don't think he realises this, but Dunker is in cave. He picks up one more. Can he get the second? No, he can't. And this Vortex lineup gets pinched out, and Guile back in favour of this one. And Parallax again picks up another two-piece, and he is 8 and 5 now. He's really putting the team on his shoulders. Picks up another there, but does fall to Dunker. This is a battle between Dunker and Parallax right now. No other player in the game is really doing that well other than Soldier on Guile, but every other single player from Vortex is negative right now.
Yeah, and that's something you don't usually see, and they'll probably end up picking up towards the end of the game, obviously, because they are a strong side. They've got a good lead here, but Dunker once again just doing everything for this roster.
I mean, this series we've seen a completely different Dunker. I mean, the first couple he didn't play great, and in that in the Deserve series he didn't play particularly great either, but right now he's shooting cannons.
Yeah, he's shooting missiles for sure. He's just been extremely effective. 13 to 4, he just, no one can shut him down.
And Flurry does pick up his own two-piece there before gunned down by Grungy, and Haslo, he is just holding this on his own, just looking down the wall run, but it's looking like he's going to get pinched. He gets one. Can he get the second? No. Benji Energy takes him down, but it's in his there for the trade as he picks up one. And this time is going to go to Vortex, and the rotation now. Haslo is there, looking as though he's going to kill the player who's going up for the contest, but he actually doesn't connect with that kill, so it looks as though Guile are going to get some of this mid-control and potentially get control of this one. But Grungy gets two, and Dunker gets the other two, so again, them two players combining to clear out the hill.
Yeah, and Dunker 17 to 5, still playing extremely well. All of his teammates negative bars in, actually, like for 7 and 6, but no one's particularly playing the best on his team. But they're just getting it done.
I mean, Dunker's 17 and 5. I mean, you've got to feed off that. I mean, if Vortex are losing this and Dunker's sitting at 17 and 6, he's going to be an unhappy man.
Yeah, he's still got streaks as well, and he's definitely going to be able to use him and maybe help his team get spawns in the future. And you know, he's just making a huge impact. Everything he's done in this series has just been just been really effective, and Guile just can't overcome it.
And as you said, he's got these streaks, so I mean this can be a huge advantage to him, simply because it can mean that they can put all 4 men into getting all the time on this back jail hill, and then use these streaks to maybe kill them out of the rotation.
Yeah, and it will give them almost the whole time, but unfortunately right now 40 seconds or 20 seconds there's only 40 seconds left of the hill, so this tactic won't work, and Guile are getting most of this time. They haven't been able to break Guile yet, but they are on the flank, so we'll see what they can do.
Right now, we're on board with Soldier, seeing if he can pick up these kills at the back. He tries to take out Grungy, but couldn't quite do it, and the man at the back is Zin, but he looks like he's not going to fall now. Soldier, oh, it was Haslo. Soldier finally takes him out, but Grungy is left in the hill. He picks up one. There's another man at the back, but it looks as though Guile all rotated, and they could have got time there if they pushed that.
Not much though, so probably what they needed to do, to be honest, just rotate and get what you can do.
Yeah, true. Vortex are still in control of this hill though, but Parallax takes out 2 again, and he is on a 3 streak. We'll hop on board with him, see if he can pick up any more kills. But it seems to be the case, whenever we hop on with him, he does drop. Gets tagged up there after being hit by that blackout grenade, and in comes the bombardment. He manages to escape, but right now it's looking as though Vortex can take control of this hill back. And Parallax, he does pick up one, couldn't connect on the second, and Dunker takes out 2 there. He's now 21 and 10, so he hasn't had the best second half of this game.
Yeah, there's still a lot of points to be put up. We'll be seeing a lot more plays, so he can definitely pick up again, but his teammates still not doing the best. And this Vortex side, surprisingly, have actually struggled against this Guile team.
Haslo takes down Flurry, who was looking to hold them spawns, and right now he's pushing towards this helipad, trying to get his team spawns for this commissary hill, as Parallax also falls to Zin, and Haslo takes out Benji Energy, so there's only 1 player left in the hill, and if he doesn't go big, which he doesn't, as Dunker takes him out, this could be the end of the game. Or actually, I don't think they can win off this hill, but
yeah, they
it's
can.
going to be very close. Oh, they can. So
Not anymore.
So yeah, it's looking as though it could come down to this middle hill, but it looks as though Guile are still fighting back into this one. If they can hold this time, they still have a chance in this. But Dunker with another 2-piece, sitting at...
It's just picked up his third.
Sitting at a 2 KD again. So his KD is going to improve drastically after this game.
And obviously breaking the hill there was quite crucial. They can get all this time now. And that's going to be quite big for them, because basically now the middle hill, they only got to get a few seconds and they can win the game.
Exactly the point, and the way we've seen Vortex play, they've been getting this map control and been getting a lot of time on this middle hill, so they only need 12 seconds on this and then series is theirs.
Exactly.
And to be honest, at the start of this series I was worried for Vortex. Guile came out very strong and they looked like they could beat Vortex at the start of this, but now it just looks like they're being blown out the water. On board with Dunker once again as he is heading towards this spiral area, and they still need 12 seconds in the hill, so Guile has had a very strong hold on this one, but Dunker takes out one and he has gone into the bottom of this middle area to see if he can pick up a couple more. Parallax takes him down, and again Guile is still holding this, but it looks as though Vortex is set up for this jail hill. Benji with a big 2-piece there stops Vortex collecting all that time and winning the game, but there is still one more player about. I'm not sure if they're aware of him, but he does find Grungy and take him down, and Parallax takes down Haslo. So again, they're in a good position to take them out of this hill. 3 players rush at the same door though, but Guile do take them out, and right there, that is a big play from Guile.
Yeah, but Vortex only needs 6 points. I can't see them not being able to do that, and we're really going to need a miracle for Guile to take this map.
Definitely so, but I mean, they're fighting back into this one. They're showing that they are a good squad, and right now they're just making that scoreline look a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And Benji energy does fall. 2 players in this hill for Guile still though, and it is Flurry and Benji energy. So we'll see what they got going. However, Guile do need to rotate. It looks as though Vortex are giving up the rest of this time just so they can go over to that Grave Hill and collect it all, and with 4 players there, I don't think Guile are going to break this one, not in 6 seconds. Parallax tries to take one, he can't take him down, and with 6 seconds left in this hill, it is looking like GG to Vortex, and there we go. That map is rounded up, and Dunker, he's the key man again, 28 and 16 with 1 minute 32 in hill, and 7 defends for that guy.
He's been the key man all series. He's done it once again, got the job done. I think everyone on his team went negative, so that just goes to show how much